We're doing NBA player props here on PrizePicks for Monday, March 6th. Before I get started, there's a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks, or you guys can use promo code TUFF to sign up. They will match 100% of your first deposit. There's a Discord link in the description where the main server is completely free. We do also have that Patreon link in the description where I do post all the plays here that I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. Again, I do need to mention I'm not a gambling expert and this is not financial advice. These are simply just the plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully giving you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. But yeah, let's not waste any time, you guys. Let's get right into it. We do have a smaller slate today, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 6 games on the slate, so 12 total teams playing. Much smaller slate than kind of what we've been seeing during the week here. But nonetheless, there should be some value. Quite a bit of injuries here as well. Like Tatum's out. Obviously, the players are out for the Pistons, the Trailblazers. Halliburton's questionable. So make sure you guys keep that in mind all day long when making your parlays. But let's get into it. The first one I'm targeting here, it's going to be 2 superstars, actually. It's going to be Damian Lillard over 35.5 points against the Detroit Pistons. So, I mean, Dame obviously been on a scoring tear, coming off a 41-point game yesterday against Orlando. He's really been asked to do so much here for this Portland Trailblazers team. But if we take a look here, Damian Lillard, right, this game should remain somewhat close. Pistons being at home, Portland on a second night of a back-to-back here, so 5.5-point spread, which is why I do like, Dame Lillard to play at least 36, 37 minutes in this matchup. But it's just a great matchup, right? It's a great matchup here. We go to point guards this season, on the season, right? Detroit giving up the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seventh most points to the point guard position, overall fantasy points, second most overall fantasy points to the point guard position. If we kind of break this down to the last 30, Detroit consistently just one of the worst teams defensively against the point guard. I think overall they rank just second in the lowest defensive rating against point guards. But Damian Lillard right here, just off the bat, the odds are really good. So at 35.5, right, we get a massive discount. This is listed at 37.5 on some sports books. It's over 36.5 on Caesars with minus 135 on the over here. So at 35.5, I think it's absolute great value. I do think by the time this game starts, this is at 36.5, maybe 37. So right now, currently, it is at 35.5 points. I think it does have a great value here. Again, I'm probably playing this up to 36.5. Probably not playing it past that, but I do love it here at 35.5. So 35.5 for Damian Lillard is going to be the first play. We obviously know, against the Pistons, he had 19 earlier this season on only 7 of 14 shots. That was obviously with Nurkic in the lineup and Simmons in the lineup. And I believe this game was somewhat of a blowout at home for, 135 to 106. Dame only played 29 minutes in that game. But if we take a look at Damian Lillard, just his game log this season, right? I mean, this has been a smash spot for him. I mean, he can easily hit this. We can see how many times he has hit at least 36 points this season, right? Numerous games here of over 36. Just great odds for us here. We've seen top scoring point guards this season against the Pistons. Luka had 53, Kyrie had 40 and 38, Trae Young had 36, Doncic had 35, Van Fleet had 35, Trae Young had 35. We even saw like point guards who just like recently, like just point guards who aren't considered like lethal scoring options. Like Devontae Graham had 31 points in 37 minutes. Malcolm Brogdon had 20. Terry Rozier had 23 and 22. Fred VanVleet had 35 here. So it's a great spot for Dame. I like the odds, again, listed at 37.5 on some sportsbooks. We get it at 35.5 here on PrizePicks. Dame Lillard is going to be the first play. The second one, another superstar. We're going with Nikola over 10 assists. You can see just his hit rate at home. It's absolutely insane, right? Like literally 20 of his last 25 home games, he's had at least 10 assists. So massive and I think very consistent push potential here for Nikola Jokic at home. Just an animal at home, like a complete beast. I don't know what you want to call it. Literally just a monster at home at 10 assists. If we see here over his last 5 games, averaging 15.2 potential assists and 9.2 assists. Some decent odds for us as well. This is listed at 10.5 on sportsbooks, so we do get that 0.5 push potential on PrizePicks. And if we take a look here as well, opponent assists to opponents over the last 7 games, Toronto giving up the 6th most assists to opponents overall. So it's a great spot here. I do think this game should remain somewhat close, at least for the first 3 quarters. Denver is 6.5-point favorites. We know how good Denver is at home. But this new Toronto lineup, I think, matches up pretty well with Denver. So I do like Jokic to play, 35-plus minutes in this matchup, which should give him a great amount of opportunities here to get over 10 assists. Also, when kind of looking at the matchups here, I mean, like, Podol can't switch on to anyone. He's just too slow. So it should create some opportunities for Jokic to get Podol in the post or maybe get Podol off a pick and roll and be able to dish to, players like Michael Porter, Caldwell Pope for threes, and then Aaron Gordon's back in the lineup. So a fully healthy lineup here for Denver. I like Nikola Jokic over 10 assists. Again, if you don't like 10 assists, I also think Jokic's RA could be a strong play here. It's at 22.5, but 10 assists here for Jokic. I think at bare minimum we're looking at strong push potential here. So these are the two plays here. It's going to be Damian Lillard over 35.5 points, Jokic over 10 assists. Again, you don't need to play these in a two-man power. These are just two separate plays that I do like. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these two. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.